Hello, folks, and welcome back to MGM, Teacher, Music Maker, Storyteller. Today we continue with Logic Pro for educators, creating a click track. Now, Logic does have a metronome, and creating a click track might be considered doing more work than is necessary. I personally find Logic's metronome harder to hear, and I like having a visual representation of the beat that I can refer to measure by measure by measure in my arrangements. But the choice will be yours. So I'm going to open up Logic, and I'm going to create a new. Now, it says audio. I'm going to go to software. Now, eventually, I'm going to be recording one part along with the click track. So I'm going to choose software, and I'm going to change the number to 2, and I'm going to create it. So here are my 2 classic electric pianos, which we told and talked about being the default. I'm going to choose this one, the lower one. I tend to put the click track at the bottom and place instruments and voices by tessitura or range above them. Now I'm going to move to the left, and I'm going to slide this over. I'm going to choose percussion, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go to orchestral. And in orchestral, I'm going to choose percussion. And from there, you'll see that they have tuned percussions, glockenspiels and timpani and xylophones. But I'm going to choose the orchestral kit, and it shows up here. Now, I choose the orchestral kit because it gives me the most options for the kind of recording I'm going to be doing. You'll probably be able to hear some of this. Okay, so that I am going to be using wood blocks. But before I record, I want to bring your attention to a couple more things. One, up here, this is called the transport bar with the forward and back and records, looping. Over here, you can see a time signature of 4/4, and if I click on that, you'll see 3/4, 5/4, 8/8, 6/8, 7/8, and then they have alternatives, and you can customize it as well. I'll go into the process of dealing with time signatures later, but what you need to know is that wherever the locator is, when you change your time signature, everything that follows that, every measure, will be in the new time signature. So I'm going to leave it at 4/4, and we're not going to be dealing with tonality here or pitched instruments. So at this point, C major is just fine. Next to it is a beats per minute, and it defaults to 4/4, C major, and 120. I'm going to lower this down to 90, not because I can't play it at 120, but this is just part of my process. Here we have measure counters, beat counters, and partial beat counters. That becomes more important as you get into the playing of a particular piece to help your kids. Now, down here, we have what is I call this the loop bar, and if I click it, it turns yellow. And then I can extend the loop bar out. I'm going to extend it to about 30 bars, 32. There it goes. Now when I hit the stop sign, it defaults and goes back. Now, where that becomes important is when you have to do punch-ins. If you record something and then it falls apart, let's say I tried something and it didn't work, and so I had to come in at measure 5 and do another recording, I can move that to measure 5. I can hit this, and all of a sudden I can come in right at measure 5 with a punch-in for an instrument or a voice or record, an audio track. So I'm going to come back here. Now here's our orchestral kit, and I'm using tempo blocks. Once we've got this set up as it stands right now, I can record. Now all I'm doing is recording quarter notes. I'm going to record 8 bars because music typically functions in the realm of 4 bars, 8 bars, 16 bars sequences. So that makes it easier for me a little bit later. So I go up here, I'm at 1. There'll be a 1 bar lead in. And over here, I'm going to turn off. Actually, I'm not going to turn off this first so you can hear it. This is what it sounds like when you hear the metronome from Logic, and I will just record 8 bars. I went out of my way to make a bad recording there, and if we listen to it, it's going to sound terrible. Now, I'm going to do what's called quantize that sound by going over here from the track to this called region orchestral kit, and I hit the down, and in the pull down menu there's all kinds of stuff. I choose not to play with most of that, but I can come here, scroll down, and get to quarter note. And at that point, I'm going to go back and listen. Okay, we lost 1 count. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record over again. It's easy enough to do. So I click it, I delete it, and I go back. This can happen quite a bit, especially when you're dealing with multiple time signatures. And there are some tricks that I've developed to know what my time is going to be like. So here we go. And now I'll go to quantize again, and there I have created a click track. Now I can fast forward and then come back. You notice you want I could copy and paste this, but it would be coming in at 8/4. I want my copy and paste to come in right on the 1. So now I've got it here. I'm going to ensure that, this one, sometimes the metronome and the time, it gets a little bit shady. So you have to take care that you don't copy and paste into a funky time realm. So copy and paste. And there we have a click track. The next time we go through this, I will be showing you how to play along with a click track and record a simple melody or a simple part from a piece of choral work. Thanks much. If you've enjoyed the video, subscribe. If you have comments, comment below. And I hope to see you all again on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.